On May 30th, SpaceX launched the first ever crewed mission that sent NASA astronauts to the International Space Station. This is the first such departure from American soil since NASA retired its space shuttle in 2011. It also means that the United States are not relying on Russia to provide rockets to launch US astronauts to space. So what better way to celebrate this event than to review Buzz Aldrin's Race into Space. Hi, my name is Martin, and this is Tech, Our Evolution. Before we start, let me introduce the new format, where I will review and rate different games, mainly old ones, where I will be looking at two different criteria: fun factor and viability in 2020. I believe that there are so many great games and hidden gems that are unknown by wider audience. My goal is to make these games more visible and to promote them so people can enjoy playing them as much as I do. This is not only for people who have vintage DOS machines, such as myself, but for anyone with newest version of Windows or Android tablet. Let's see how difficult it is to set everything up and play the game. But without further ado, let's look into the game. Buzz Aldrin's Race into Space, frequently abbreviated as BARIS, is a space simulation game from 1993, where the ultimate goal is to achieve a moon landing. Originally published by Interplay Studios and developed by Strategic Vision. You are in control of one of the space centers, either the US or Soviet Union, and have all the tools at your disposal to achieve different milestones that will lead you to the moon landing. The game starts in 1957, and each turn lasts 6 months. Your goal is to fund the development and construction of different modules and to embark on different missions, such as launching the first satellite or conducting a lunar orbital mission. The more successful you are, the more money or funding you get, and that provides you with an opportunity to invest in more advanced modules that will help you with the ultimate goal. Of course, if you fail, then your prestige will not be very good and you can lose the funding, which is not going to help you very much. It has a very nicely done risk-reward scenarios where you have to determine whether it's worth the risk to launch a program that is not 100% developed just to be the first one to achieve it. And the very cool thing is that you can play this game on one device with your friend, where you can take turns between US and Soviet Union space programs. And let me tell you, if you are doing well in your program and are lucky enough, and your friend is not, well, this can lead into some interesting and fun discussions. Well, not limited to the classical table flipping. And fun fact, this game originally included over 100 megabytes of photos and animations for its floppy version. Yes, floppy version. Just let it think for a second. It would mean approximately 69 floppy disks, such as this one, that you would have to install one by one to get it all on your hard disk. Well, ultimately, common sense prevailed and the game was released in a more manageable version. And the full version was later on developed on CD-ROM. But now, let's get into the game. Right, new game, let's do it. Okay, menu screen. This is a simple menu as you can imagine. You can adjust the sound, although by adjust I mean you can either turn it off or on. You can decrease or increase a difficulty level. You can set up if you play against a computer or against different human being, and you can switch the nations. One more setting that is actually here as well is that you can switch between the video regime and still images regime, and I guess it was made for those more powerful machines for video sequences. Any case, we are going to go with the video because yeah, we are running from DosBox anyway, so it doesn't matter. But without further ado, let's continue and let's get back into the game. Spring of 1957. In the news today. Right. So this news screen is displayed during every turn, and it informs you about, you know, certain developments in the world that can have certain impact on your delivery or on your missions. So you know, there can be some issues with the you know, supplier of specific parts, and you know, these specific parts can be delayed, or there can be boost in specific missions and you can have increased budget. It depends, but I guess this is also a bit based on RNG, and if you are lucky enough, you can get some very nice increase in your funding, which can help you ultimately in achieving your missions faster and safer. But let's continue and let's see the main screen. Right. You have a lot of buildings that you can choose from. Each building is used for different things. You have R&D, you have mission control, you have vehicle assembly, and of course, very important, launch facility, which ultimately is used for, you know, launching all the missions. Now, on the beginning, it's very important to choose which missions are you going to go for. I believe that since you don't have many launch pods, actually you have only one, then you can choose only one mission that you can start. So let's go to administration, let's go to future missions, and assign a future mission. And what we want to do is we want to launch an orbital satellite. So we would like to be the first ones who launch an orbital satellite on orbit, you know, around Earth. And of course, you would like to beat Soviet Union to it. Historically, of course, Soviet Union was the first one who launched the orbital satellite, Sputnik. But let's see if we can change the history. Okay, so we have a mission selected, which is perfect. Continue. Now, what we will need to do is we need to go to R&D and to purchasing facility, and we need to see what we can do. So unmanned, let's choose which satellite we are going to try. And of course we have 60 MB. I am not 100% sure what the MB stands for, but I've always thought about this unit as billions. So from now on, let's just use billions. So this one has an initial cost of 6 billion. So the first one that you buy costs 6. Then any subsequent ones that you buy cost only 1. So yeah, it's always like that with everything. You know, the first prototype or the first product is always way too expensive to cover all the R&D cost. But in any case, let's purchase the Explorer satellite. Let's purchase a rocket. Oh, and by the way, this unit weight is 300, whatever, I guess it's kilos. And we need to buy a rocket that is going to support this payload. So this one, Atlas rocket, has a maximum payload of 600, which is, you know, twice as much as we need. So it's all good. So we can purchase the equipment. So we have the module, here the satellite, we have the rocket, and we can increase our chances to launch by a little bit by also including the booster, which is for, let's say, 12 billion, but we will, you know, we would need to purchase it one way or the other, and then, you know, any subsequent cost is only 3, which, I mean, at the end can bring a lot of benefits to us. But what is also important is that the unit weight is 300, which means that the booster, which we just purchased, and the satellite, it's 600. Our rocket has a maximum payload of 600. Bada boom, and we should be fine. Okay, so now the research and development. What we need to do is we need to increase our chances that these modules are not going to be destroyed during launch. So we need to pump some money into R&D of these individual components: the satellite, the rocket obviously, and the booster. Currently we have 18 billion. Let's see if we can put the maximum. Okay, the safety factor now is 40%, and we need to get it as high as possible. So there's 5 billion that we can spend, you know, in increasing the safety factor of this. So it's 55%. Cool. We have only 10% safety factor. So I believe it's 10%, or rather, it's 90% chance that this rocket is going to burn during the start, or in the atmosphere, or, you know, for whatever other reason. And of course, we don't want to have it as low as this. We can risk it, but the chances are very low. In any case, let's pump more money into this. Let's pump another 10 billion, which this brought us to 28%. Not very good. We have three more that we can use for the booster to increase the safety factor from 10% to 18%. That's pretty much it. I mean, we don't have any more money. And since we purchased the equipment, we did the research. I'm not sure if we can still assemble the hardware since we purchased it. But okay, Rocket Atlas 28%, that's good. Yeah, but I don't think we can choose the primary or the payload and the booster yet. So we still need to wait a little bit. So let's just do that. And let's end the turn. Yes, I'm sure. Nothing much happens. Well, let's see what happens actually. So, mismanagement and corruption by some contractors. Results have been fabricated. Congress conducts an inquiry. Results in R&D will be weaker for 1 year. Right. So that's not a good news for us. What it means ultimately is for the same amount of money for R&D, which means for us increasing the chances for, you know, certain equipment not to fail, we'll have lower results, unfortunately, but it is what it is and nothing much we can do about it. In any case, let's continue and let's see if we can actually assemble all the hardware. Right. So, Explorer, 55%. Cool. I am a little bit surprised that you can't select the booster, which I'm not sure why not. But in any case, okay, let's assign it's going to take, you know, some time for all the equipment to be assembled. So now the question is, I mean, we don't have any money. We can just risk it. But I guess, I mean, if we want to be on the safe side, let's just wait a little bit longer. Yeah. Not fully assembled, which is okay. Okay. Let's try to do this. And let's go to mission control. And we have the orbital satellite. Let's go as planned. November 1957. Let's see if it works. Yeah. So fingers crossed. It's the first mission. And we have a very low chance to actually succeed. But if we do, then in the long run, we will have a lot of prestige and a lot of money that we will be able to spend for further future projects. So let's see. Yes. Okay. Right. So we have the we have the safety factor of 28, which means on RNG table we need to roll, I believe, less than 28. So we have 72% of failure and 45% of failure on the satellite itself. Here goes nothing. Yeah. I do love these sequences. I mean, at the time it was just great. And we are off. Okay, so far so good. Oh. This doesn't look good. Yeah. I think this didn't work out as well as we wanted to. But anyways, yeah, and you can see there's, you know, 27% basically to succeed. We rolled 68, which obviously is not enough. And unfortunately, we failed. Okay, yeah, and you could have seen the prestige -3, which means that ultimately I believe it's going to have impact on our budget in the following months. With lower prestige, less budget, less funding, and yeah. So let's see what the impact is going to be. Right. So we are in the year 1958. And again, it seems some issue. The space program has a mechanical error with the Atlas rocket program. It will cost 10 billion to repair, or loss of 5% safety factor will occur on the next rocket mission. And if I'm not mistaken, Atlas rocket is the first one that, or the cheapest one that we can actually use, at least for some of the, you know, further missions. So this is not good. Yes, yes, and we will need to spend another 10 billion or have safety loss of 5%. I don't want to have any safety loss. So let's just spend the money and let's see how much budget we will have. Okay, 47 billion. Which is, I guess, not bad. Launch facility. Oh wow, I have not realized that. Right. So that's it, guys. I mean, we just lost the space race. Because it means that during the previous launch, the launch pad has been completely destroyed. And now we need to fix it for another 20 bill. Which is just awesome. Which means we have in cash 27 bill. We can buy some of these things for cheaper costs. But yeah, purchase for 1 rockets. We can purchase Atlas for 3. Let's visit the R&D and to increase the safety factor. Let's just pump as much money as we can into this. So we have 45 now. Let's pump as much money as we can. So we have 70% now. My worry is that this is not going to be enough. And next year, Russians are going to be able to launch the Sputnik satellite and are going to increase their prestige even more. But since, I mean, there's nothing much we can do, right? I mean, we can schedule another mission, I believe. So let's go to administration. Let's go to the future missions, assign future missions, and orbital satellite. I mean, at least something, right? Okay, so we have the mission assigned. Yes, next turn. Yeah, I mean, just as I thought. Prestige first. Well done. Congratulations. And we have a lot of catching up to do. Yes, yes, yes. Come on. Okay, so what now? Wow. cut the cost in all programs by 50% this season. This is huge, actually. This is huge. I mean, we don't have much money anyways, but okay, so let's do this. Let's use the R&D. Let's increase the money. It costs only 5, but let's do this for the Atlas. Oh, I thought it's okay. So research, we have 56%, which is nice. Let's assemble hardware. Yes. So Explorer 70%, Atlas it's 56%. Assign, and that's it. And okay, we need to assign the mission actually. So the mission control, we leave it as it is. Orbital satellite, assign, and that's it. Yes. And now we have a way bigger chance to do it. So let's see. Fingers crossed. And we are a go. Very good. 3, 2, 1. So is it so far so good? I'm not sure. Okay, so we are launched. Right. Wow. Is it? Oh. Hello, darkness, my old friend. So, by 1! Look at it! Yeah, 55% basically. And we had to roll 55 or less. And of course we rolled 56. God. Oh. Anyways. Yeah. Yeah. I think at this point... Yeah. We have 59 bill, but we have so many losses, and you know, at this point I feel that the Russians are so far ahead that it wouldn't make sense to continue. But in any case, at least I hope you have some idea about how this game is played. You know, the risk and reward that I was talking about on the beginning, and you know, it's basically, it's a lot of thrill. So I hope you liked it, and I hope you will try it as well. But let's try also how this game is going to work on a tablet, because you know, one of the biggest advantages of these old games is that you can actually not run it only on the modern devices and with the newest version of Windows in DosBox, but on Android devices there's also a certain version of, let's say it's not called DosBox, but similar like that, and you can run it there. And you know, nowadays the new tablets are so powerful that they have no issues whatsoever to run these old games, which gives you a lot of opportunity when you are traveling somewhere, when you know, you are in bed and just, you know, relaxing. You can still play these old games, because with the setup and with the DosBox that you can, you know, set up on your tablet, it's so easy to do. But let me show you, and let's see how well, or you know, how well it works on a tablet. So let's see how this is going to work on a tablet. The device I'm using is Samsung Galaxy Tab A, 10.1 inches. It's obviously an Android device, and the application that I run is called Magic DosBox. And of course, all the links you know, to download and to find these applications are going to be in the description. I believe it's paid application, but it was around 4 euros, something like that, which is incredibly cheap for what it can do. It's fairly easy to set up, and I will link also some videos with the guide how to do the setup on your device. I did it. It was very simple, very easy. Anyone can do it. So let's start the application. Right, you can already see that I have some of the games installed, and actually Eye of the Beholder works really good. Team Hospital, not so much, but then again, it's a little bit more advanced game, and I think the compatibility is not very good for this game on this device. But now we are interested in Buzz Aldrin's Race into Space, so let's just start the game. Right, okay. And right off the bat, you can see that, I mean, it's pretty much runs the same way as it was on a computer, which is great. Okay, I do have enabled the mouse on this device. I don't think we need to do anything here, so let's just continue. Pretty much the same. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. It's very good. And pretty much the same screen. And the same functions. I mean, the only thing that you know, might be a little bit confusing is how the mouse reacts. So the mouse position is not absolute, but it's a bit shifted. But after you've been playing for, you know, some time, you will get used to it very easily. And unfortunately, when I tried to different configuration for the mouse, it didn't work as well, and in fact it actually did crash the game. So that's why I'm using this regime or this method. You can see the general settings and the mouse. So now it's relative. I can change it to absolute, so it means wherever I click or point with my finger, that's where the mouse cursor is going to be. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, this is not working currently on this version for some reason. Anytime I tried, it actually crashed the game. So I'm using the relative. I'm leaving it as it is. Yeah, the sensitivity, it doesn't really matter. We can decrease it a little bit, let's say 75%. Very good. Now that's it. That's it. And I mean, you can already play it with someone else, you know, traveling somewhere, or you can just relax at home on a sofa or in bed before you go to sleep. And if you have a couple of minutes to spare, you can just, you know, play the game. So I'll just start and do basically the same thing as we did when I did a preview in DosBox on a computer, but ultimately everything is going to be the same, and the game was running really, really good. So if you have an Android tablet, then you can just install the application and run this game. It didn't require any additional setup or nothing special, really. I just copied the files, I started the game, and the rest you can see in front of yourself. So now, let's see if we will have better luck on tablet than on a computer. Let's go! 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have launch. Good. Don't blow up. Don't blow up. Don't. Well, with 31% rate of success, I mean, what do you expect, honestly? But anyways, I mean, you can see yourself, it works great. So you don't actually need, you know, a big computer to play this game. You can take it with you anywhere you go if you have Android tablet. So my recommendation is just, you know, install the application, try the game, and enjoy. So what's the conclusion? I like it. Although old, this game can still be played even today, and if you have some spare time or are traveling somewhere, this is one of the great games that you can play together with someone and have a lot of fun. You don't have to tweak it to play it, it's pretty much ready to go after you copy the necessary files. So feel free to try. If you have a couple of minutes, I highly recommend it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below if you had any experience with this game or if you tried it based on this video. I am really interested, so please let me know. And if you have any suggestions for what you would like to see in the future, please let me know as well. If you like the video, I do appreciate if you press the like button and subscribe. I would like to grow, and I will be creating new videos covering old and slightly newer technologies at least twice a week, including some old games reviews as well. Thank you for watching, and take care.